All right. So how long have you lived in the Toco Hills area?
So from 1962 to 1983, and then 1998 to the present.
All right. And where did you live beforehand?
So I was, as soon as I came from the hospital, I lived in the Toco Hills area. I lived between 1983 and 1998. I lived in Boston.
Oh, okay. And what was the Jewish community like here in Toco Hills back then?
So I would say that we kind of accidentally ended up in this neighborhood. Basically, my parents were looking for a house after moving from an apartment, and the real estate agent showed them a nice house in Vestavia. So I think that in those days, people didn't really, look so much for a Jewish neighborhood. They just looked for a nice place. Back in those days, it was really small. Everyone knew each other. Everyone was kind of from around here. Not many people came from the outside. And it's kind of reflected that Atlanta was a regional city and not an international city.
I see. Well, what's the Jewish community like now? Would you say it's any different, or?
Well, yeah, it's very different. So it's on the map. So it's a destination place. It's a place where people come to Atlanta for work, and then they want to live in a Jewish community, and this is the most well-established Jewish community. And it's kind of, especially since housing prices are so high in the Northeast, it's a good place for people to start off. So Atlanta is a destination for young families.
Right. Well, would you say it's the biggest Jewish community in Georgia, or would you?
Yes.
Okay. And so, in this large community, where would you think the one center, if you had to choose one place, the center of the community would be?
I'd say Congregation Beth Jacob.
And why would that lie?
It's the oldest synagogue. It's the largest synagogue. It's physically imposing. It's a landmark. It's kind of every synagogue. There's more synagogues in the area, but everyone started there and broke off. So it still kind of recognizes the mothership.
Right. So one of the big things that I've noticed about Toco Hills is that it's a very tight-knit community. And I'd like to know your input on why it's so tight-knit.
It's, I think it's because there's a set of common values that everyone lives with, that people recognize that in the modern world, in the modern world, everyone's really individualistic, and you can not know your neighbor and stuff. And I think that the community is kind of the opposite of that. So it's kind of like if you don't show up in shul, people notice,
Right.
or if you're not around. While in everyday life, you could die in your apartment and nobody would know for days.
Right. So would you say that would be your favorite aspect here, or something else about the Toco?
I would say that's one of my favorite aspects.
What are the other ones?
Well, I like the friendliness. It's people who've come here from the Northeast say it's a friendlier community.
Right.
It's not as judgmental as some places. There's all different. While we believe in the primacy of the Torah, not everyone does the same thing, and that's accepted.
Right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
All right.